Coming up on all new edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. What a loaded Pro Wrestling Show we have for you as we go back to WrestleMania 36 recap as Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, and many others such as Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker emerged victorious at WrestleMania. The two new world champions have titles that have been eluding them for so many years. They finally got the big one. Plus the AEW Ring Report as AEW begins its TV title tournament with the TNT Championship, as we may say. We'll get to this Shawn Spears and Cody with their rivalry, and involves the new TNT Championship intel. In NXT, as a whole final saga between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, as Rebel Heart versus Black Heart, the final conclusion of the final bitter long story in NXT. And unloaded of hot topics as a WWE tag team who was part of WWE for not being pushed enough is gone. So what does this mean with this tag team going into the stratosphere, and many more hot topics as an all new Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. As you can see, we're on location on the set of Connect now, but I'm here to give you the Pro Wrestling Show. Thank you all once again for watching. Don't forget to join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. Thank you all once again for watching. First things first, join in. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is care. As you see right here, the subscribe video. Subscribing is caring. Thank you all once again for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. All right, let's get to. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get to the Raw Ring Report. On the Raw Ring Report this week, coming off the heels of an impressive WrestleMania 36, didn't have no fanfare due to the COVID-19 outbreak, but WrestleMania was certainly a night to remember as Drew McIntyre finally won the big one, the championship that eluded him, as the chairman had pronounced and proclaimed that he was going to be a future world champion in WWE. Drew McIntyre fulfilled that prophecy and won the WWE Championship from Brock Lesnar. Drew now is the 52nd WWE champion in company history. So Drew McIntyre, wasting no time, getting on the mic, talked about how this eluded him for so long, that he had to wait so long. He was fired. He came back, a man on a mission, and now he's the reigning WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And our tokens, congratulations, Drew himself. Drew will be a proud champion as long as how far he wants to go. But Drew was met by surprise as the Big Show challenged Drew for an impromptu match. The Big Show come off the heels of his success with his new Netflix show called The Big Show Show. That's on Netflix right now. I'm going to watch it while everyone's in this quarantine phase. So the Big Show issued the challenge to the new champion, Drew McIntyre, to put the title on the line. Drew put the title on the line. Drew went against the Big Show. Big Show using his somewhat power moves, choke, slam, Bill, whatever. Drew came out of nowhere and hit the Claymore kick and won the match. Drew, in his first championship title defense, defeated the Big Show. So there's more stakes to come as challengers looming. So you have to wonder who's going to step up and challenge the new WWE champion Drew McIntyre to a match. We have to wait and see if this WrestleMania has come to an end. Also, former women's tag team champion Asuka went against Liv Morgan one-on-one. Asuka playing theatrics, and throughout the match, Asuka finally put Liv Morgan to rest with the Asuka lock by submission, beating Liv Morgan. So we'll see. Also, a real interesting note was the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, defended their titles against Angel Garza and Austin Theory with Selena Vega at ringside, but this time it was a rematch from the previous night at WrestleMania. Well, Garza and Theory couldn't get the job done as they both got disqualified as Zelina Vega tried to intervene and try to attack the Street Profits on 3-on-1, numbers game. But Bianca Belair, the EST of NXT, has claimed that she's a part of the Raw brand and will be managing the Street Profits. Well, Bianca Belair even up the odds and told Vega don't mess with her husband. She did that. She went one-on-one against Zelina Vega. She issued a challenge. Well, the match was good and grand, but Theory, Garza, and Street Profits couldn't help themselves to get involved. So the Street Profits proposed that this be a 6-person tag team match, and it did. Match was back and forth until I think Garza, Austin Theory got pinned. One of them two got pinned by Montez. I think Montez Ford pinned Theory, I think. And they won the match in this 6-person tag team match. So it prolonged it, the whole show. It prolonged by at least an hour with those 6 participating in that match on the Raw. Also, another match that was impressive. Aleister Black went against Raw's newest draftee, Apollo Crews, who is now part of the Raw roster. I think they should have waited till the Superstar Shakeup to start shaking people up. But they do that with Apollo Crews. He was on Raw. He was back on SmackDown, now on Raw. So we don't know what talents that he has to deal with. But Aleister Black won with the black mask, but the match was extended, so Apollo Crews could be a known player on Raw under the tutelage of Paul Heyman. So we'll see. Also, Cedric Alexander and Ricochet form a new tag team as they win and defeat Danny Orton Lawrence and Danny Burch by pinfall. So I guess Cedric and Ricochet ain't seeing the light of the chairman, but the executive director Paul Heyman sees something in them. They could be kind of getting a run against the tag team champions, but they don't even have no heel tag team champions. You would think. Speaking of that, the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins, went against a jobber and pinned him after suffering the loss from Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens did a little video film by his wife that, he's looking forward to doing his thing, and Seth Rollins sort of like got a bit over his head. Seth Rollins kind of like trying to figure out what his next mission is going to be on that. Plus, a returning most girls, Nia Jax return. The Irresistible Force returns to Monday Night Raw. She defeated Deonna Purrazzo. That was just a jobber match. And it happened, and Nia Jax looking to come back with a vengeance. She got her sights set on Becky Lynch, the Raw Women's Champion. And by the way, Becky Lynch won her match against Shayna Baszler. We talked about it on the Pro Wrestling Show Part 2 edition. So look back at that. Becky Lynch having a list of challengers coming back. So look, don't be surprised Nia Jax be part of it, because Nia was the one that ignited her to become the man, punching her nose. So Becky ain't forgot about that. Not by a long shot. Also, Alberto Carrillo defeated Brandon Wick by pinfall. It was just like a list of jobbers. So it was just jobbers all night. So you know how they go. Alberto Carrillo, everybody looking good. Aleister Black, Roberto looking good and stuff like that. So you know how that is. The end of the story. So that ends the Raw Ring Report for this week. I would say the Raw was good. It showed people that Heyman's trying to push. You got Drew McIntyre leading the charge as the head of the Raw division in the men's, and then Becky Lynch. Those two champions right there that you can work with and work under and build them up. And then they got challengers. So we had to see how this all tails out. All right, that ends the Raw Ring Report. Let's move over to the SmackDown Ring Report. On the SmackDown Ring Report this week, SmackDown kicked with a bang where new Women's Tag Team Champions Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross went against former Women's Tag Team Champions Asuka and Kairi Sane. Now, this whole match was a rematch from WrestleMania 36, where Bliss and Cross regained the Women's Tag Team titles over the Kabuki Warriors. Well, history did repeat itself, where the Bliss and Cross retained their titles once again. Good build up between Bliss Cross outside the ring, inside the ring, but Bliss and Cross proven to be fighting champions, and we'll see. And then also with this entail with Carmella and Dana Brooke, asked the champions that they want a shot at the gold. So we'll see how this all plays out. Even this week, when Elias saying about how he plans to win the Money in the Bank briefcase this year. So Elias wants to be part of the Money in the Bank briefcase, but he has to go through Cesaro to get to that point to be added. So that's next week where Elias goes one-on-one against Cesaro. Also, Daniel Bryan goes one-on-one against I forgot who Daniel Bryan goes one-on-one against. Well, it'll come to me. Daniel Bryan goes one-on-one against I think Nakamura or something like that. Something like that. We'll see. Also, Dolph Ziggler went against Tucker when Tucker had revealed that Mandy and Otis are together at last. Guess they shared their WrestleMania moment, Macho Man and Elizabeth. So, there they go. Where Otis and Mandy Rose finally embraced and kissed each other. So, but Tucker wanted to do business and fight Dolph Ziggler with Sonya Deville was at ringside. Good match between them. But at the end, Dolph won with the help of Sonya. And Sonya looks to get to the bottom of her friendship with Mandy Rose and see if she can still save it. Or it's too little too late. Also, in the dirt sheet, it was established John Morrison and The Miz talked about how Morrison retained the tag team title on one triple threat match where it was Jimmy and Kofi Kingston at WrestleMania. How Miz defended the tag team titles at home due to because he was sick. But Miz sort of put it out there. Well, it was established that Jay and Big E and Miz would do the same thing with their tag team partners was doing, but for the tag team titles in a triple threat match. So another states that Miz got defended and do his equal share. Wow, Miz looking like, why are they not doing tag teams? You know what? What's the point of 3? It's just that. We got to see, wait and see how this all gonna play out. All right. Speaking of that, the SmackDown's newest picks from the NXT roster was the Forgotten Sons. Now they on SmackDown. They beat Lucha House Party, Lince Dorado, and Grand Metalik by pinfall. I guess they're the new replacements of we'll talk about later on who was on SmackDown. Now they've been replaced on SmackDown. Coming up on Hot Topics. Everyone, even Tamina, came out there and complained about how everyone took a beating out of her at WrestleMania. Well, Bayley volunteered Sasha Banks to fight Tamina. If Tamina wins, she gets a title shot against Bayley. Banks wasn't pleased with this because Bayley did not know that Sasha didn't want to put herself through that. So we'll see. Tamina was a fourth, but everybody just eliminated her. So I guess Tamina gonna get her last run and she's out. She's out. Also, Sheamus in a squash match defeated Carla Boone by pinfall. It wasn't nothing. I think Daniel Bryan goes against Sheamus, I think, next week. Yeah, I think so. Daniel Bryan goes against Sheamus next week. One of them matches. I think, yeah. So we'll see this Monday Night Bank qualifying match. So, okay, it says right next week be 2 Monday Night Bank qualifying matches will take place. But Naomi will take on Dana Brooke for women's, and Daniel Bryan will face Cesaro. And Sonya Deville is going to try to apologize to Mandy Rose next week. We talked about that. And in 2 weeks' time, there will be a 25th anniversary celebration for Triple H. Triple H get a celebration on SmackDown. They could say that for the YouTube network or something. Because it had to be like that. And then finally, the new Universal Champion Braun Strowman beat Shinsuke Nakamura by pinfall. And then Bray Wyatt appeared on the screen. Bray Wyatt let Braun know that he brought him into the WWE. He gonna take him out. And Braun did the ultimate clever reversal saying, let me in. Saying, you want a shot at the title, you come get it. So Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt is in the wings. I think it should have been Bray Wyatt as the champion going against Cena, just to make it seem like that. But it was just weird. Roman Reigns ain't gonna show up anytime soon, so like, it is what it is. All right, that ends the SmackDown report. When we return, we'll have hot topics, and then the Wednesday night wars between AEW and NXT. Who came out on top? You have to see and find out. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Ken Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, Miss Ken. All right, let's get back to what we was talking about. Let's get to hot topics. So, hot topics this week. Now, we know that WWE has released the Revival. It's from the immediate release. It said that they wish to revive future endeavors. The Revival, a tag team that won the Raw, the SmackDown, and the NXT tag team title, and considered WWE's first Triple Crown tag team and the only Triple Crown tag team for right now, winning all 3 brand championships. Well, this comes out, it's like, wow, the Revival gone. I think they've been one they release and stuff, and now a lot of superstars are chiming in. You got Jim Cornette, Ethan Page talking about providing the Revival, the Impact. But a lot of people are pointing that the Revival are heading to AEW. We don't know for sure, but it's obvious. So we have to see. But the Revival even showed their post names. They're not going to be referred as Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson no more. They're going to be referred as Cash Wheeler, who Dash Wilder was supposed to be, and Dax Hardwood. So the Revival send new sites on the AEW, because you can tell they're AEW bound. You got to wonder who is they going to challenge. And I wonder who the tag team champions of AEW. I think Omega and Heyman Page. Could we get a match out of them and they can become tag team champions? And the Young Bucks won't want to fight, so it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. So we'll see how this all plays out. Also, Killer Cross and Nia Jax got into an argument about Twitter over Liv Morgan and Scarlett Bordeaux. They said WrestleMania that Liv Morgan was wearing the same gear like Scarlett Bordeaux during the pre-show. So you know how they go. We'll have to see. But I can't tell, but because they're both sexy, attractive women, but you know how they go. People just, when you got friends and then you got your spouse involved, you know how they go. Also, Mandy Rose and Oldest tops the YouTube viewership to WWE when they had their WrestleMania embrace. So Mandy and Oldest topping, and then they went on Instagram Live and did the same thing. So I guess there's a lot of people out here that just, you know, they go. Love tops all, I guess. Speaking of that, WWE, longtime WWE announcer Michael Cole, who's commentating on SmackDown, has got promotion by the company. Michael Cole will be now the executive vice president of announcing. So Cole, with this new ship, he'll be in charge of the announcers, the ring announcers, and any announcement that has to go through him to see if it's WWE sellable or relatable. So Michael, congratulations order to that. But I guess Michael said I got this new promotion. I'm executive now, so I guess he's gonna be. You can tell he's been in the production meetings and stuff. So as Cole gonna ask what's sellable and what's not sellable to convey to us the WWE audience. So It's like Cole's in charge of the Raw talent, the Raw announcers, even himself on SmackDown, NXT. Wow. Okay. Speaking of that, the Big Show released his show, the Big Show show on Netflix. All this, you start binge watching. So I guess the Big Show kind of looking at it like, and he's the second most watched behind Tiger King. So Big Show knows what he's doing, his ploy. You know, that he got a Netflix show called Main Event. So watch those too. It's wrestling related and stuff. And behind the scene news, who put together the Firehouse Funhouse match? And those conspiring minds were Bruce Pritchard, the SmackDown Executive Director, John Cena, and Bray Wyatt. Well, there wasn't no telling that the match was so wild and crazy, and you was like, you had to go back and look at it once again to see. So we know how that go. Also, there's been reports that Charlotte Flair will work both Raw and NXT as women's champion, as NXT women's champion. Well, Charlotte got her hands full that we'll talk about later on the NXT report that somebody came out the women's match to face Charlotte, number one. Speaking of that, possible cities to host WrestleMania 38. WrestleMania 37 next year will be in Los Angeles. 38 will probably be back in Tampa to right the wrongs and stuff. What's going on? Speaking of that, WWE wants to return live TV starting with SmackDown. WWE's in the process of doing it due to the governor and everybody else wants to do that. So I want to get everything back to normal. I think the governor of Florida wants to have kids from school go back. So, since this virus, they're like, you know how they go. You know how they is. Speaking of that, Becky Lynch celebrated this week her milestone as being Raw Women's Champion for nearly a year, 1 year span. So winning the title at WrestleMania 35 and now defending at WrestleMania 36 and continuing that momentum. And Becky Lynch could be on the road to be Women's Champion for 400 days. Also, there was reports that Jeff Hardy was scheduled to beat Goldberg. Are you serious? All right. They couldn't see that. But they pushing Jeff Hardy, but no, I don't see it. Goldberg be looking weak than ever. Also, Corey Graves sat down with Edge. Edge talked about how he was trying to cope and trying to get back in the game at WWE with matches that he wanted to go against. Well, Edge has that moment now that he has 5 matches in his WWE contract, so we'll see what the Radar Superstar is going to be up to on down the road. All that money. Speaking of that, Y2J joined the commentary team with Tony Schiavone on AEW this week. Tony Schiavone having a revolving door of people coming in now like Cody, Ken Omega, now Y2J. Next week, we have the CNC. Also, XFL operations are suspended. We don't know if they're saying it's folded, but a lot of employees laid off. So a lot of the XFL people are terminated, fired, whatever you want to call them. This McMahon's pet project didn't work this time as he thought it would, but not there yet. Also, former WWE superstar and WWE backstage host on FS1, CM Punk talked about the value never come to WWE by Mr. McMahon. Mr. McMahon feels like CM Punk's not doesn't want to work with him, doesn't want to do business with him no time soon. There you go. Right. Even that. Trying to see what else. Jerry Lawler, former current Raw commentator, returned to the commentator booth this week after aimed at his age and the coronavirus. So Jerry Lawler aiming to come back on Raw this week and want to sell his 1960s Batman will be a replica. So Jerry Lawler coming back to TV. What else? That's kind of it. it this week. That's it on Hot Topics this week. All right, Hot Topics ends. Let's move on to the NXT Ring Report. On the NXT Ring Report this week, let's go to it. Let's go to what's going on with NXT. Our NXT this week was a women's ladder match where Io Shirai emerged victorious over Candice LeRae, Chelsea Green, Mia Yim, and a bunch of other women. And Tegan Knox and Dakota Kai. So Io Shirai earned herself a number one contender spot against new NXT Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. So Io Shirai looking to get that one-on-one match to bring the title back to NXT rather than the title being on Raw. Also, Ring and Scene and whoever the team that's managed by Malcolm Bell is, they defeated Everrise, which you know how that go. Just crazy. Just crazy indeed. In another match on NXT was the final beat between Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano. Now we know it was in Triple H said he wanted to put an end to this feud, this rivalry. Triple H got his wish as Gargano and Ciampa beat the holy hell out of each other. Just destroyed each other. It was in the bag, just doing things, being destructive. They was even on top of the WWE truck, and I was like, that's dangerous. That's super dangerous. They fought on the truck. They fought everywhere. They even fought in the empty arena. And then next thing you know, I'm like, damn. They had Ciampa was on the verge of winning, but he knocked the referee out until Candice LeRae came out there and kicked her husband ball set. And then we thought Ciampa was gonna win. Ciampa looked at her like, wow. Next thing you know, she comes out of nowhere, attacks Ciampa, provided the assist, and Johnny Gargano wins the match with the exposed wood in the ring and just won the match. And Ciampa left there defeated, broken. That was it. Johnny Gargano, that was it. And then you could tell it was an Easter egg where Killer Cross Scott Bordeaux was in the car. What was going on with that? I don't know. But it was that. But NXT won in the ratings with that night. NXT, you could thank that ladder match in that Blackheart Rebel Heart match. That was the most craziest match ever. But they were being improvised and doing a lot of creative things, so I can give them that. All right. Let's move over to the AEW Ring Report. Well, AEW this week was Jake the Snake Roberts kicking off the show, taunting Cody. He thinks Cody is your mouse or you a man. He wants Cody to come and challenge his man, Lance Archer, to a match. And he feels like Lance Archer could beat Cody. Cody's trying to duck and dodge. We'll see. Also, Tony Schiavone and Chris Jericho welcome us to AEW. But Lance Archer was in the opening match and he literally destroyed whoever he jobbed over. So Lance Archer, with his press to move the blackout, he wants his hands at Cody Rhodes at any given cost. And Jake the Snake Roberts is putting gasoline to the fire with that. Also, Britt Baker went against Hikaru Shida, which this should be centered around them being the face of the AEW Women's Division rather than Riho, Ken Omega's project, and Brandi Rhodes' project, who's the women's champion, who's a transvestite. Forgot her name or something. Nia Rose, which they're not defending the titles. I put Nia Rose into the mix and put Riho in the mix, but now Britt Baker told the story. She got her nose broken by Shida. So Britt Baker had more TV time. Britt Baker is a heel, and she plays a good heel. So we'll see how this all plays out in the end. Well, Harrier Shah should win, is no more contender, should go against Nile Rose, defeat her, and have that instant classic with Brick breaking once again. Also, Kenny Omega had his little moment with his friend here in our society. And I don't know, like some oil or something like that. We'll get to that later. When they were going to go against the best friend, that match could have went either way. So we'll talk about that. Also, they hyping up John Moxley versus Jake Hager for the world title next week. So Jake Hager is the challenge for John Moxley for the AEW world title, one-on-one in an empty arena match. So we'll see how this all plays out. And then speaking of that, the tag team match with Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa versus the best friends with Orange Cassidy at ringside. It was friends there, but Nakazawa kept on baby on himself like he wanted to get into one of the best friends. Like a sexual thing. Like, really, dude, just wrestle. Don't try to do something real, gayish. But at the end, I think who won the match? Kenny Omega and Nakazawa won the match, and then they all came and embraced each other. So, yeah. Speaking of that, the Exalted One, Brody Lee, talks to Dark Order minions and continues on doing those Vince McMahon's like promos. We know what it's all about. He's trying to emulate Vince with the sneeze and the cough and don't look at me, stuff like that. And you can tell in the boardroom how to talk, how to pronounce, like, come on, man, you're acting like Vince. He did. Speaking of that, Matt Hardy issued a challenge to Chris Jericho, who's a color commentator for the night, to say to invite Jericho to his compound and have their elite deletion. So I know we're gonna be saying it like Impact with Ultimate Deletion, saying like WWE with the deletion or something like that. So we're gonna see how this all gonna play out down the road when Jericho come to the compound. So we know it's gonna be crazy. Speaking of that, the Exalted One went against Lee Johnson. You can tell who won that match, the Exalted One. And finally, the tournament, the crown, it wasn't a tournament crown, it was just like a quarterfinals for the TNT Championship, where Shawn Spears went against his fellow foe, Cody Rhodes. They was best friends, now they're bitter enemies. Shawn Spears dominated most of the match. He didn't have Tony Blanchard at ringside. Cody had his wife Brandy at ringside. Cody won the match with the Crossroads, but Shawn Spears wasted again. And Cody won, advancing to the tournament, to the TNT TV Championship. Let's say I hate the TNT TV Championship, but they want to be different, so because the network wants it, so Cody will meet whoever they know it is. So we'll see. We'll see how this all plays out. All right, that is the AEW Ring Report. That ends the Pro Wrestling Show for this week. I've been your host, Kendrick, saying so long. We'll see you next time for another edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. See you later.